Hey, I'm Matt Harvey. I'm the editor of Freeskier magazine. We're gonna go through my setup today. And the key behind how I pick my stuff is simplicity and ease of travel. So I have as little product as I need with the most functionality so that I don't have to pack too heavy. I spent about half my season at contests and in the park shooting, that kind of thing. So for that purpose, I use the Salomon Suspect. It's a solid all-around park ski. It's really stiff, it's really stable, so for chasing athletes down groomers, hitting jumps, fooling around in the park preseason, that sort of thing, Suspect is my go-to. For my park skis, I use a Salomon STH16. They have a high din because I pretty much just crank them. So when you fall in the park, I don't know, I'm not usually as worried about my skis coming off or not. They have a bit of extra weight, but I'm not hiking in the park because they have chairlifts, so I just use those. Salomon binding again. The rest of the year when I'm not in the park, I ski mostly powder, and I don't have the luxury of only going heli skiing, so I need something that's versatile for inbounds powder, side country, that sort of thing. So I got local Boulder-based Folsom custom skis to make me a pair of these skis. 110 underfoot and has a bit of early rise. So it's fat. The early rise lets me float in powder, but it also has standard camber underfoot and a pretty stiff tail so I can get around wherever I need to go. Since they're a custom ski, I was able to put any top sheet I wanted on them. So I had our art director, Dave Levin, make me these custom graphics. It's the schematic for the TB303 synthesizer. All right, on my big mountain skis, I use Salomon's STH12 binding. I use a slightly lower din because they're really light, so they're good for hiking around. And I like it when my skis come off when I fall in powder, which I often do. Used Salomon bindings all my life, and I pretty much just continue to do so. The STH series is a relatively new binding that does the trick. So Amply gave me a pair of these boots this year. They're Sub Genius, and as soon as I put my foot in them, I was totally sold. They're the most comfortable boots I think I've ever put on. Went out, used them, they're awesome. They're pretty soft. They've got the full tilt Del Bello flex pattern style. Really soft, but they fit my foot perfectly. So they're really responsive, even though they're really soft. They also have this little walk mode that I know a lot of boots have, but these ones are sweet because you just flick this little thing up, they're in walk mode, they're super comfortable getting around, hiking, doing whatever you gotta do. Really solid boot from Amply. All right, for poles, I use Scott poles, pretty much just like everybody else. They're poles, they're metal, they're light, they don't break. Poles. It's a Helly Hansen sweater that they only made a couple of them because I guess they decided people weren't gonna buy it, which wasn't a good call because this is the sickest sweater I've probably ever owned. Helly Hansen makes good stuff, so I'm glad I can rock something made by Helly, even if it's not their outerwear. I've used Oakley outerwear for years now, and it's just my favorite. It looks sick, it's super technical, it stands up to a good beating. This pair of pants I have on right now is the Oakley Alps series, and it's a Tanner Hall signature series pant, jacket, colorway. They're one of Oakley's more technical pieces with taped seams. They use the event fabric technology, so they're waterproof but really breathable as well. Pretty much just all around good pant. For my outerwear, the jacket, I use the Oakley Alps series. This is the Tanner Hall signature series with Tanner's colorway. I like it because it uses event technology, so it's really breathable but also waterproof. And it's just a thin shell, but it's really warm. So to keep in line with my whole setup, it's like one jacket, one pair of pants that I can travel no matter what the weather. For goggles, I use the Electric EG2s. I've been using these goggles for a couple years now, ever since I got a pair. Peripheral vision's amazing. They're one of the most comfortable goggles I've ever put on. They're pretty big, so they don't fit everybody's face, but if they fit yours, they're awesome. Good optics, good all-around goggle. This is the Oakley Jupiter sunglasses. They just look rad. They have typical awesome Oakley optics. Put these things through a ton of testing. These are the blue iridium lenses, I believe. So yeah, they just look cool. These are the Hestra Seth Morrison Pro Model 3-finger. Cool thing about these is that they're a mitt, but they have the index finger free. So you get the warmth of a mitt, but you can still get the functionality of an index finger use. The other cool thing, I think all Hestra gloves have these now, they have this little wrapper. So you can put it on your wrist, and is this especially useful when you're taking photos, can put your gloves on, and then you go to take your camera out of your pocket, and you just go like this, boop, and you don't lose your mitts. All right, I use the Dakine Sequence camera pack. It's perfect size, fits all my backcountry gear, also fits all my camera gear. Let's take a look inside here. The inside is nice. It's got all these fancy compartments. Fit all your stuff. As you can see, my camera bag is very disorganized. But yeah, it's nice, and then there's extra room up top. Fit some extra batteries, that sort of thing. All your backcountry gear fits up here. So we got another big pouch here. You can put a shovel, whatever you need in there. Put your probe, shovel handle out here. It has a ton of pockets. You can fit all your stuff. Fits nicely. It's comfortable to ski with. The Dakine Sequence. It's good. All right, I never leave home without my Skull Candy Icon 2 headphones. They're pretty much just normal headphones, but they've got this fancy little button right here where you press the button, and if you have an iPhone, or I think it works on a BlackBerry too, somebody gives you a call, you hear your phone ringing in your ears, you hit this button. They have a mic on them also, right down there. And you can just talk to people with your headphones on. When you're done the call, you hit the button again, and your music just starts playing again. Finally, my shoes. These are a nice pair of Nike 3 Inches of Blood Collabo shoes. 3 Inches of Blood is a sick metal band from Canada. Nike makes good shoes, so these are the sickest shoes I think Nike's ever made. My favorite. I'm Matt Harvey, and thanks a lot for checking out my setup. For more info on all the 2010 product, pick up a copy of the Freeskier Buyer's Guide or check it out online at freeskier.com.